That's my Bitcoin bag.
Hi, welcome to Facocked Show. How are you?
So come on.
Back again. Come on.
Janice, what do we got today?
Come on, we got the girls. Look at these gorgeous
Look
girls.
at these beautiful women.
Look at only New York folks. Only, and look, we got our chef Alan. Alan, wave to the camera, Alan. You look
Alan
like
Goldsher, he'll be making us some delicious meal. We got sausages, spaghetti, anything you want. We do it right here on the Facocked Show. Bring it over, ladies. What are we having a good time?
Look, wait, and we
The
got
lady. Talk to these women.
say hello to my daughters I never had. These are my backup singers. My backup sing. Now back the fuck up.
Live from Times Square, room 1701, it's the Facocked Show with Ron and Janice.
We are rolling.
We are rolling.
On the Facocked Show with Ron and Janice.
Welcome to the Facocked Show because we got the best guest in town tonight. Who do we got, Ron?
We are so excited. A friend of mine from New York that I met in New York. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Lauren Conlin.
Yeah, clap it up, folks.
Wow, they're really weak in the audience tonight. Let me tell you where I met Lauren. I met Lauren Conlin in the Friars Club. Do you know what the Friars Club is?
yeah.
One of the most famous places where comedians, socialites, any kind
Entertainers.
of entertainers. Have you ever been?
Yeah, of course.
Incredible.
Sally Jesse was in the audience when I was there with the big rig glasses.
Oh my God. And that's where I met Lauren. Let me tell you something. It was a WABC mixer, some kind of mixer. The whole audience was like dead. They were all in a crypt. And this woman comes out and I saw her. And I'm really good at picking talent, by the way. That's how I found Janice. And I realized, immediately when I saw this woman talking, I'm like, she's got talent. That's the talent. I grabbed her. We became friends.
You sound like a stalker. You know that, right?
There was listen,
Then we went in a white van.
No.
And I took her. I said, go to court now.
when you're a man, this is what goes on. But I realized, I'm like, I mean,
What do they smoke? You know, they smoke delayed reaction.
but listen, I love this woman, and we just hit it off. We got along great, and then we hung out, and I did a couple shows with her, with Alan Goldsher, who will be doing the cooking segment today.
Who is our chef of the day today?
Chef of the
Alan!
Alan
Stripes going the wrong way.
This man has fought in the army of flavors of New York.
You have gold.
And so with Laura and I, we did some flavors of the New York shows together. We did something else together. We went down to AC together. We got high.
Oh, that was
not that other part. We'll cut that out. But just an amazing person and just a light of. Oh, I know. We did red carpets together.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what we did.
You know, I got to hear about this all week. You know that.
Film
What do we do?
Festival,
What do we do?
yeah.
Did I help you?
You did. You're amazing.
Okay.
You're amazing.
Why did you fire me? I was on. Listen, I don't know. We did so many red carpets, and she, with the interviews and the celebrities, pow, pow, pow. She taught me exactly what it was like to be in this world of the celebrity world, and I've learned that, and so that's why we have our own show.
That's why. But
And
listen, but now, what does she know what she's doing now that I was really impressed with? Because you know me, I'm a TV junkie and I
Oh my
love
God.
48 Hours. I love Kelly's, What Happened to Kelly on the show. And then I love your show, Crime Stop, like on YouTube. I literally
you.
watch it for you.
So nice. Thank
All right, I didn't join, so every minute they have to pass, commercial, and I have to go back to say, is she standing in the right place? Let me take her back. She's in the middle of the sentence.
Thank you.
So
Lauren,
Tom,
yeah, go ahead. What are you gonna say? Tell me. Sorry.
you guys know each other for such a long time. I was so happy you were going to be here because I am obsessed. And you are covering the Diddy trial, aren't you?
Yes, I literally just left the trial. I actually left a few minutes early to get here. So,
Really?
yes, I missed the cross-examination of the start of it of Cassie Ventura for you. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, no
Thank you.
problem.
And nobody wants this woman. She
There,
skips the Cassie Ventura.
no.
Well, she didn't want to be in traffic. Let's get this
There was,
straight, okay?
there was a lot of traffic, but there was usually 20 minutes left of court, so it was fine. We'll get there tomorrow.
Mhm.
But yeah.
You must be exhausted. What time do you get to court, you think, every
Well, because the Diddy stuff is so busy right now and it's international, I was up at 4:30 to do an Australian hit, and I said no. I was like, no, I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. And then they're like, well,
We
can
need
pay,
you.
No, they said we can pay you. And usually a lot, and I was like,
what time
oh.
do you want me?
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll get up for that.
Here she is, the biggest celebrity in our house right
okay.
now.
Okay.
On this block.
All right, let's get crazy. In the house, okay?
It's like the world's tallest midget. I mean, sorry to say, like, but
And you're real people. She got a family, she got kids, and I saw it when I saw her on her feed today. She goes, she's walking. She goes, I got kids. I gotta run, but I'm gonna tell you what's going on in court today. I was like, she's such a woman. She is the woman of the year.
Thank you. I was rushing. I was late to get my kids, and I was like, you need to hear what happened, because there's some nasty things that
how
have
old? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how old are your kids?
6 and 9.
So they're not asking you about that. They're saying, can we have chocolate milk and Twinkies?
I mean, I probably tell them too much. Like, I feel like if one of my kids came to me and was like, hey, can I have a serial killer themed birthday? I'd be like, yes. I'd be like, yes, you can.
I'll come. I'll bring a clown.
I'm kidding. They'd have no friends. It would be awful.
But that would, nobody else gives a party like that.
Yeah, but no, I'm totally kidding. No, but I do talk to them about some stuff. Like, if there's like a missing child, I'll cover the missing case of the child, and then I'll kind of remind them things like, hey, an adult should never ask you for help. The only time you're allowed to bite someone is if they drag you out of the pond, that's the only time. So, yeah, it gives me an opening to sort of say things that I want to say.
And it keeps you grounded.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like real life.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. So, I mean, I've been following it like crazy, and they're talking about they got their jurors, and they got more men than women, and predominantly black jurors, which I think is great.
No, it's not predominantly black. I wouldn't say that, no.
They've switched around since I saw.
Yeah, they actually, it was a point of contention because at the beginning, they're allowed these strikes. They can strike whoever they want when they've got this pool of 45, and they don't have to explain it. You can just strike whoever you want, and then all of a sudden the defense is like, well, wait, the feds just struck, out of their 9, they struck 7 people that were black. And normally they don't have to explain it, but they got up and said, well, this is why. And every reason was very valid. It had nothing to do with race. It was like one guy said he would be losing 30% of his income to cover the case, but that didn't matter to him. So the feds were like, that is suspect. He has ulterior motives here.
And then people that had to see the tape, the uncut version and the cut version.
But I don't think that was necessarily a thing. It was like, because almost everybody saw it. Yeah. It was just, can you be fair and impartial? And some people were like, yeah, I can, but he's guilty of domestic violence. Well, you're out because that's not fair and impartial.
Then they started talking today. I'm sorry, folks, but I didn't make this up. I wasn't at the freak party because I'm a Jewish girl. I wouldn't be there. But anyway, when he turns around and he's talking about the urine and urinating on her, I was like, you know how hard that must be for this woman to talk about that? In front of this family, in front of her family. Like, oh my God. And then if I'm the one covering the story, I'd be like, as a woman, you're like, ugh. And it's like, I really like people, why'd you leave? When he's in charge of your money, your body, your soul, your career, everything. Where are you going?
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole thing, a whole can of worms to unpack. But I mean, the urine thing, they talked about it in opening statements, and that was shocking. They said, Cassie once choked on the urine of an escort at Diddy's directive to pee on her. And so, you kind of ignore it.
And in her mouth. It was just
well, yeah, if you choke. So,
it was gross.
But then we actually heard it from Cassie's mouth yesterday on the stand, and it was shocking. It was sad. I mean, and the prosecutor, in my opinion, I know they're laying a foundation, but I had an issue because there was so much talk of like the urine in the mouth and this and that. Well, did you like it?
Oh my God.
Why didn't you stop it? Whatever. So Cassie's answering the questions, and then I had a whole thing because the baby oil talk went on for about 15 minutes to the point that finally Tenny Garagos, the defense attorney, was like, objection. And I was like, everybody was like, God, thank God. Because it was like, well, how many bottles of baby oil were used?
They said
she says 10. And then all of a sudden, we've got a sidebar, a baby oil sidebar. And I was just like, this
you know how to buy baby oil the other day?
This is insane.
And I swear it killed me to buy it. Like, I looked around like I was buying condoms. Oh, my God. Is anybody watching me? Because now it's going to be
they asked the brand. What brand was it? Johnson & Johnson.
Then they said they got it at Costco, and they didn't get it at Costco.
No, that was,
that was great. I love that. Did you get the free salad?
So let me ask you. This is, and with the Diddy, I want you to focus on that because I can care less about that life. But I know that's what's happening now. I'm more focused when you got into the crime stuff. When I knew you, you were doing celebrity stuff. And it was great, and you were amazing. But even then, you're like, yeah, man, you're just a celebrity. I know, because you knew how to do it, and you were so good. And you taught me. I'm like, the smoothness, be like, yeah, Ron, let me tell you. It was like so easy. But when you got into the crime stuff, you had a passion for it. But it was a passion that I was like, again, with me, that crime stuff, I'll look at it for a second.
It's not your lane.
But I want to know why you love the crime stuff so much, and what it is.
And then after that question, I have been dying to ask you one.
I mean, I
wanna know
still
a favorite
sprinkle
one.
in the celebrity stuff because the crime stuff is so dark. So I still have a booker for my podcast and YouTube and stuff that'll say, hey, like I interviewed Jason Isaacs about White Lotus last week, which I love him. He was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And I love White Lotus. I don't care what anybody says.
Everyone loves White Lotus.
Okay, good. Well, some people did it. Yeah. Okay.
That's a White Lotus.
Some people did it.
Lotus, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Black Lotus, White Lotus. I haven't seen it.
So I'm glad, but no, I've always had an interest in crime, and I came across a case in 2023. I got this email, this change.org petition, a case in Tennessee, and I decided to just try my hand at doing a one-off investigative case. It was pretty bad, but I tried really hard. I didn't monetize it, and I was still doing entertainment on the side. Long story short, fast forward, I actually stopped doing that specific case / podcast last summer.
Wow.
And I kind of made my show The Outlier and my YouTube Pop Crime TV in between. And recently, actually, a few weeks ago, the case kind of resurfaced for me. I'm driving back from this event, and someone texts me, the mother that I was very close to in this case, and her son passed away mysteriously.
Right.
Awful. And she thinks her ex-husband did it because he was the last one seen with him. And the police did an awful investigation. Meanwhile, the daughter, when she was very young, and now that the daughter's 18, had alleged that the dad assaulted her sexually. Hold that. It's awful. Bad, divorce, bad custody, death of a kid, alleged sexual abuse. Well, a couple weeks ago.
That's a great story.
Well, the mom was recently arrested in a murder for hire plot against the ex-husband. So all of a sudden, I'm getting pulled back into that, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So, but that was my start, and then I just started covering cases.
I want to ask you something, but wait all day. Then you can take over the whole thing. What it was out of everything you've ever done, okay? Because I watch a lot of stuff. Which was your favorite case you covered? And because I know you're friends with Nancy Grace, I love her. And I read her book. I know all about her. And trust me, at first I didn't like her too much. I liked you right away.
Thank you.
But what was your favorite? I call them gigs. But what was your favorite story you had to cover? Like you went to bed thinking of it, you woke up thinking of it. Like it was like obsessed.
I mean that's actually really easy for me to answer, and it's a case that's unfortunately, and it's hard to say favorite because it's so horrific. But this case is still unadjudicated, but. Last year, it's basically been a year, 2 mothers were in Kansas, and Oklahoma, Kansas, they're kind of on the four corners. Horrible custody battle. This one mother, Veronica Butler, she's beautiful, red hair. She's just, her baby daddy is kind of a loser, a partier, and so his mom.
What baby daddy isn't?
Yeah, I mean, well, this is
right into it.
Loser,
sorry, just kidding for the baby daddies out there, but not really.
No,
we're trying to do a solid show.
Bad custody battle. Something happened. She lost custody of her kids, and since the case is unadjudicated, I can't go too much into it. But she had to have a court-appointed supervisor to pick up her kids from her. Let's just say her mother-in-law. Her mother-in-law, evil. And essentially, these 2 women, they were friends, but they were friends. But the one friend was the court-appointed supervisor, and this grandmother. I have to say allegedly because they have not been convicted yet, but allegedly had 4 of her friends murder the 2 women in the most savage way on the side of the road in Oklahoma, and it gets worse. I mean.
Do you cover it there? You go there?
I did go there. I was sent there to cover the pretrial, and when this came out, it was revealed that this group of people, the mother-in-law and her friends, they call themselves God's misfits.
Oh yeah.
They look like they're out of the movie of the Devil's Rejects. So I have a lot of people that I've connected with, sources on this case, and I think you'll see a movie about this at one point. It's too horrible and too complicated, and we see too many custody battle murders.
So that's what I was really wondering. Is like the passion when I see you with the crime stuff, I get it. It's like if you want to go in, it's a fine line when you're doing entertainment stuff and talking with celebrities in their movies and all that. And now you're going into morality problems and family and right who's right and who's wrong.
Yeah.
With you, do you feel stronger towards all these, you're doing the Hernandez brothers, you name it, every hot new thing. Why do you feel more drawn to that now than entertainment, if you do? Or would you say it's half and half? I think it's more
No, I'm
towards the
definitely
crime
more towards
the
crime.
crime
Yeah,
world.
I mean, there's like the trial aspect, there's the case aspect, there's the mystery aspect, and there's like the helping people aspect. It's
Helping
like,
people.
it's kind of just a circular thing. I really enjoy putting the pieces of a puzzle together when I feel like I'm investigating something and I'm like, oh my God, I caught you.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the court aspect, the trial aspect, I really appreciate good lawyering and how, you know, the system works, which is, I guess, boring to a lot of people.
No, I love that.
Yeah,
I was married to a cop.
Yeah, I love it.
And if I didn't have such big boobs, I probably would have been a cop.
And I think it's so incredible.
I don't want to do. Stop.
No, that's funny.
You know what I mean? Wait till our boobs come, then run.
I don't have that problem. But no, and I think it's incredible people that are police officers and law enforcement. Because I'm like, better you than me. I don't know how you run into a situation like that. And then,
they're always afraid they're not going to go home that night. That's why some of them overreact too much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's
like you don't have to get crazy because you stop them and ask them for a license and roll out of the car and break the window. It's like, oh, who's got time for this crap?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and yeah, I just you know, there's so many moms and parents and sisters and brothers that ask for help from podcasters and content creators, and that's the new thing. You can't just go to law enforcement. Yeah, so it's like, can you share this? My sister's missing or whatever, and it's great. So. Yeah. Look at the Menendez brothers. I feel like social media elevated them.
What is going on? Is Kim Kardashian's helping them? Like, what is going on?
She barely helped. But
I got to get a small waist and a big ass.
They're eligible for parole now.
I can't listen. Can I just tell you something? If I killed a bug and someone saw me, I'd be scrubbing toilets next to Leona Helmsley. You know what I mean? When everybody else gets away, I'll kill the whole family. I mean, I get it. They were supposedly abused. Well, why don't you fucking leave?
Oh, I think that's complicated, but I believe them.
And I'll tell you this: when I watch Lauren's with the death stuff, I don't like to dwell on the death stuff. But when I do with her, which she absolutely loves to dwell on the death stuff,
I like
is that she does every time. She's always asking the question, "Why didn't this happen? How about that?"
Right.
And I understand that's the inquisitive nature. And I actually thought. She has a charmed life, amazing family, and all that. I'm like, why are you covering the worst things in the world? But now, as we're sitting here,
is something wrong with me? I feel like I'm.
No, and this isn't just because we're sitting here, but I realize it's like because you have a family that you actually are taking outside. Like, what about these other people?
But it's like performing.
And what about the world that way?
It's like performing. Like we do a lot of performing, right?
Yeah.
Comedy, movies, and whatever, right? This is performing. But she's covering everything that turns her on.
It's a mix, you're
like,
right.
I could sit in front of the TV for hours and go, I saw this one already. He killed her last week.
Turns me on or anything like that. I feel like that's
she gets off
weird. But yeah.
Wrong phrase.
Yeah.
I don't know. She might tell me later, Ron, edit that part out. Like, you get me on. Like that. You went too far, Ron. I can't be friends with you anymore. And I only see her once a year anyway. No, because listen, we used to hang all the time.
But when you have
entertainment is so easy. I can
that's
come
what I mean.
over.
That's why when we worked together, it was like Lauren's like, yeah, she
I would not prepare.
She didn't even have to. She didn't have to question. She knew exactly what to ask and got right into it because you're a natural interviewer, and that's what. But that was the beauty of you. And so that to get into that side is.
But it's nice to have both. You have your gig, and then you go home to your lollipops and beautiful rainbows.
So what do you want this year? Tell me what you want this year. We're not going to go too much longer because you got to get going to this Diddy
show.
So what do you want this year for your family, for life, for America, for whatever?
What's your dream?
Well, I don't know.
Welcome to Hollywood.
That's a really tough question. It's really hard. Sometimes I struggle with like the balance of trying to put all this energy into work and then feeling like you're failing your family and your kids and you're not giving them enough attention. And so I hope that I can just manage things better. Yeah, because sometimes I'll be like, yes, I had a great day, with work stuff, and then my kids are just fighting and I snap at them and then they're like, can you help me? And I'm like, like, you know what I mean? And so I wish I could do less of that.
Don't you promise to get them to the ice cream if you could?
I feel like it's more, I'll give them as much ice cream as they want, but I just feel like they want my attention and they want my presence without
they want mommy.
And it's, so I hope I can just be better about that.
I know you will.
Oh, thank you.
And I love you so much for coming
Oh
here.
my God, yeah.
No,
am I
no,
talking-
I didn't see
You
it.
understand? Like this woman, like when I've been in New York, I've been doing stand, I've been acting, all these things, and to meet her and to see her as a professional and what she did on the celebrities and bring me along to film her and making it happen, and always
She must have been desperate.
And she
I wasn't.
quit. But the truth is, I always had a good time with her whenever we did anything together. And we had a blast. And then when you came on Alan Goldsher's Flavors of New York, ladies and gentlemen, which we'll be visiting later. And she came on those and did a bunch of those with me. We always had fun. You were always fun, professional, and
way
loving.
more fun than this. Normally, I'm way more fun than this.
Sounds
I
like
really
you said
am.
you gotta go down singing. Thank you
No.
for this.
No, but listen, we're going to hang again. I'm just saying.
Yes.
But thank you because we have the time constraints.
She's got to go
Thank
back
you.
to court, get her thing, but get stenography and all that stuff together. And don't forget
Thank
to
you.
kiss the kids. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do
And
that.
husband too. You gotta give him a hug from me.
Yeah, I do.
Tell him thank you for lending you to us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Oh, we love
so
you.
much.
We love you. Thank you. I'm
You gotta watch on YouTube. Tell them the name of
Where
your
we
show.
find
Oh,
you,
yes.
baby.
You can find me on YouTube at Pop Crime TV.
Pop Crime TV.
Pop.
And
Crime
there's only
TV.
one Laura Conlin. You
Lauren
can't miss it.
Conlin.
Thank you.
Give it up. We'll be right back after we get a sponsor.
Thank God.
Oh my gosh.
We get a sponsor. Like that one?
Hello, everybody. We are at the Facocked Show with Alan from Flavors of New York. And everybody in the food section make some noise. So he's going to be cooking for us today. And what will you be cooking for us today?
I'm gonna make a big pot of pasta.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna make some meat sauce.
I'm getting excited.
some
Go ahead.
sausage,
Yeah.
and some garlic bread.
Very good. So we can't wait to eat. You guys ready to eat?
Look at this.
So tell us how you made the stuff. Tell us what you did.
Well, I said, Ron, buy me some stuff and I'll cook it.
I know. I
And
know.
then
a great thing?
I take some food
Money
and
works.
some
Money
meat,
works. Don't forget that, folks. Tell the
and
kids.
the good part is I don't have to clean up.
That's
Yeah,
the beauty.
I know. I'll end up cleaning up the fat fuck. Okay.
Now, right now,
So right now we're gonna watch Water Boiled. I'm kidding.
now the water, we're not gonna do that. We are gonna finish draining the pasta.
Get over there.
Go ahead.
I don't know that this
That's
strainer
good.
is big
the
enough
strain is good.
for
Yeah.
this pot. What if it collapses? It might
It's
collapse.
not gonna collapse. I tried it.
Yeah.
I did. I was using it
All
last
right.
week.
There's enough of there out there.
I didn't want to collapse on it. I didn't want it to collapse on Alan. God forbid.
A pound of sausage. I got 4 pounds of Berlin pasta, various varieties, because I don't like consistency. And I got some garlic bread with some butter and some garlic and some cheese. And let's see what else.
I know this is why you guys
I'm
came.
boiling some more water for the spaghetti.
I know they didn't come
What was I
because of
gonna
my
do next?
wonderful personality.
I know what I'm going to
They
do.
look happy now.
All right. So
No, we just got white wine in this.
these sausages I need to cut.
Hold on. He needs to cut the sausage. That I haven't heard in a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a professional. Have you ever heard
Dun, 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 dun. Cut the sausage. Can I have the ends? Ladies, does this remind you of anyone you know?
I hope not.
Ah,
They were only 17.
you are sectioned in a different cooking area. Put the sausage down.
Keep
And
talking.
you have to make sure they're well done. Stop. Did you pick them up?
Donald.
Huh. Is this all your exes?
Not my exes.
Married.
None of my exes have one of these.
Some of mine still have it.
Unfortunately.
I cut some off. I put it in the soup.
The reason we cut the sausage into small pieces
Oh, what's that?
is because I don't think anybody here could take a whole sausage
Go, that's-
to eat. I mean, we want to spread it around, don't we? We want everyone to have. We want everyone to have a piece,
My sister, hush.
other than Ron. I mean.
Hey now!
I could eat it.
I like to make the food spicy, right?
Spicy. You like
What's spicy?
Spicy,
I like
spicy.
an Alan who probably is not Italian. He goes, that's spicy.
What do you mean I'm not Italian?
Alan, your mother must have been sleeping with a Jewish guy, Alan.
I had an Italian wife who was Jewish by injection.
Thank you, and I'm a Puerto Rican Jew by injection.
What spices? Okay.
I haven't had, well, garlic today.
I like that.
We have garlic powder.
All
Would
right.
you like it?
Hold on, I used it already.
Oh, perfect.
Have we mentioned that the Knicks are going to close out the Celtics tonight?
Oh,
Have we mentioned
What,
that?
are you supposed to be helping him? Because you look like you're really
We don't-
retarded.
we
I'm
don't
just
want-
bringing near the Knicks logo.
We don't want to drop a
The Knicks
sausage.
never win,
You know what?
except for tonight.
Listen, don't drop the tip. We'll have to have another party.
I've done at least 50 shows with Alan.
He has.
I am the host, and he's the guy shooting, and he is so good with food and can talk.
And
Alan,
he's
I
not
never
even
did that.
heavy. I hate that. I don't know. Can I
He
trust
used
a
to be
skinny
heavy.
guy?
He used to be
Can I
heavy.
trust a thin guy cooking? I
Alan,
don't
how
know.
much weight did you lose?
I lost 100 and I gained back 25.
Oh, I did.
75. Exactly, that's okay. It's right. 75 pounds.
Oh, Alan.
that's a
Alan,
good-
I did-
that's a start.
I-
That's a good start.
I did the shots for Ozempic. I stopped taking it because you can't afford it. I can't afford it. And I had a bagel the next day. If I had sausage, I would have gained 30 pounds. I only gained 20.
You know how I lost weight?
Working out.
I went on a regimen where I walked a minimum of 10,000 steps
I don't count
every
them
day
very well.
for 4 consecutive years. The problem was I was in California by the time I was done.
Wait, now hold on. I heard that spaghetti was actually created in China. Is that true? Does anyone know that?
Well, they didn't call it spaghetti. What did they call it, Lena?
Noodles.
Noodles. There you go.
So Alan, let me ask this question: How many times a day do you eat?
2 or 3?
Oh, okay. I just have to make sure when we write the biography from the cooking channel.
My
Talking.
my obituary? What?
No, for the cooking channel. But I give a great funeral. Ba-da-ba-ba. You only get to do that once, folks.
Okay. Anybody got ball powder? I'm good. Thank you.
That's my Bitcoin baby. Don't feel so crazy. Walk through your memories on the train. My Bitcoin baby. And Lisa's baby.
So she shopped and shopped until the bubble pop was a big mess.
Such a big man.
She couldn't pay her debt, she couldn't pay her dues to the IRS. I tried to tell her about a Ponzi scheme. People only make cash like that in their dreams. You better get a job like the regular people. You can find a